We've got a close eye on Capitol Hill this Wednesday morning because the heads of Facebook, Twitter, and Google's parent company are all testifying before the Senate Commerce Committee. They're testifying virtually. They're being grilled on their respective companies' efforts, or lack thereof in some cases, to rein in hate speech and misinformation on those platforms this election season and beyond. NBC's Jolene Kent has been watching and listening to this hearing. Also with me, Ben Collins, who closely covers the spread of that misinformation and conspiracies on the web. Joe, I'll start with you. First of all, why are they testifying now? And what have they been saying? And what are the committee's concerns?
Lawmakers have been wanting to get these tech CEOs in front of them before the election for a while now. The whole entire debate is around Section 230. It's a statute that allows companies, tech companies, not to be liable for the content that users are posting to their platforms. And there's a big debate about whether or not that should stand, but the CEOs largely defending that. Here's a few highlights of what they've had to say so far.
Some of you don't trust we're acting in good faith. That's the problem I want to focus on solving. How do services like Twitter earn your trust?
As a company whose mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful, Google is deeply conscious of both the opportunities and risks the internet creates.
I think that Congress should update the law to make sure that it's working as intended. Another would be to separate good actors from bad actors by making sure that companies can't hide behind Section 230.
Much progress so far has been made as to what should actually change about Section 230 at this point. But Senator Ted Cruz now questioning Jack Dorsey, as you can see there. He said he already had talked to Zuckerberg and Pichai yesterday extensively, so you can expect a pretty aggressive line of questioning there. But basically, the Republicans are concerned that they're being censored, their content, their conservative content's being taken down too often, while the Democrats are largely arguing that hate speech, misinformation, disinformation, violence is not being properly moderated enough on these platforms. So, of course, this is just a few days before the election, so that's really casting a pall on all of this, Craig.
Yeah, Ben, stand by for a moment, because Jack Dorsey, that beard, Joe, have any of the senators asked him about that quarantine beard that he's rocking now?
It's certainly very notable. It's been a big topic of conversation on Twitter. He does have a sport coat on. And what's also interesting about this hearing, Craig, too, is that Mark Zuckerberg, who's in charge of the most powerful social media platform in the world, could not get connected in time for his opening remarks to start. So they did have to take a brief recess for that. He was supposedly alone and trying to get connected. He eventually did.
He's just like the rest of us. Ben, you've been tracking the steps that these companies have been trying to take over the last few years to control the spread of false information, misinformation, disinformation. Based on what you've seen, are these companies doing better than they were at least a year or two ago?
I think they are. I've looked stupid on television a lot, saying over the last years, hey, they're taking some steps here. And then the next day, something horrific happens and you can trace it back to Facebook. But they are trying now to curtail this stuff. Facebook said they were banning militarized social movements last month. That included QAnon, 18,000 different Instagram accounts, which are that's a company that Facebook owns, were taken down in that purge just in that last month. So they are trying to sort of curtail all the violence on the platform. The questions today with Congress from the left are, the next time something new comes up, is the algorithm driving people to these extremist places? Are you guys just playing whack-a-mole here? That's the question that is still sort of outstanding from the left. And from the right, they called this hearing because there's this New York Post story with Hunter Biden that was shut off from Twitter and Facebook because it contained hacked and leaked materials that was explicitly against the rules. Twitter since changed their rules to now, for some reason, if it goes to the New York Post, it's allowed to be on the platform. But they are not happy, and they want to make it so stuff like that is allowed on the platform. So that's really the disconnect here. They're having two very different conversations today.
Ben Collins, we'll have to leave it there. Ben, thank you. Jolene Kent, thank you. And again, I'll trust that by this time tomorrow, you will have gotten to the bottom of that beard. Wow.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.